Tom, now that you've had time to reflect and watch the footage back, what are the key areas that you picked from the game and said that's the area we need to work on?
So the most important thing for me is that we're not being clinical enough in the final third. I think when I watched the footage back, the first 10-15 minutes we had 2 or 3 chances on goal and we didn't test their goalkeeper, and you can't keep afford to doing that. You can't have 30 chances a game to try and score 1 goal, and that hurts us because if you score 1 or 2 goals in the first 15-20 minutes, it changes the dynamic of the game, obviously. So that's the main thing. And the second thing is I wasn't pleased with our reaction to conceding 2 goals. It seemed to change the way we played. And I think for some of the girls who have maybe played a different style of football for the last 18 months, when you're under pressure, you revert back to what you know best. So they stopped doing the things we've asked them to do and started doing the older things which don't work for what we're looking for, and that didn't benefit us at all. So those are the 2 main areas I've reflected on.
The second question is, how do you go about turning a corner now for the girls?
So again, tough game of the weekend against Lincoln, so it is going to be very difficult, and we're not daft. We've had 4 of the last 5 games have been against top 4 opposition, so it's been a very difficult run of games, and we've struggled to get any points when in fact we've got no points against those teams. So it is hurting, the girls are hurting, we're hurting, but we genuinely think that we're very close to turning those performances into results. You know, we lost 3-2 to Long Eaton. You know, we could have almost clawed it back and got something out of the game. We should have punished Wem, but we only came away with a point, so we're not a million miles away. So I think it's coming soon. We just need a run of games now against teams in and around the same position in the table as us, and then I think once we win 1 or 2 games we'll start to push on then, and we'll be fine.
This weekend it is Lincoln City and on to another tough test for your group. With the results yesterday, does this make it a must-win game now?
Every game is a must-win game, but I'm also a realist, so I understand that a team that are 4th in the table and for the last couple of seasons have been pushing for promotion automatic are going to be a tough challenge. So we will approach the game to try and win, but I'm also understanding that it'll be a very difficult game, and if we can come away with anything, then we'll be pleased. So 1 point, you know, if we can get 3, it's fantastic. It is a must-win because we want points, but we've also accounted that we're probably going to not get points against the top teams. We're in the middle of a transition, there's new players coming in, new philosophy from me, so I won't put the extra pressure on the players. All I'll say is go out there, do the best you can, do the things we ask you to do. If you get something out of the game, fantastic. If we don't, we'll build and move on to the week after.
We are reaching the end of such a difficult run with games against the likes of Donny, your Blaymires, your Long Eatons, and how difficult has it actually been?
Yeah, it's been very difficult. You know, we played Doncaster Bells away, then we played West Brom in the Cup, who are from the league above. We played Long Eaton away, then we travelled to Wem. We've now had Blaymires away, now we've got Lincoln. So like I say, that's 6 games and 5 of them are against top level opposition. So it's been difficult, but we're hoping now that, as I said, if we can play some teams in and around our area, we can start to build a little bit of confidence. And nothing breeds winning better than winning. You win a game of football, you train better the week after, then you're more likely to win that next game, and then you win 2 or 3 games, and then you can build some momentum. We're just lacking that little bit of momentum at the minute.
Having looked at the fixtures after Lincoln, we played Bedworth, Leafield, Burton. How important do these games become after Sunday's game?
They're cup finals, every one of those games. So we've got to go in there with the mindset of maximum points, and I'm sure they'll do the same. And it's no discredit to those teams, you know, they're established National League teams, but we've got to go into those games and expect 3 points and nothing else.
How do we get these girls to believe now? Is it about taking it a game at a time?
Yeah, so 1 week at a time. Our focus at the minute is Lincoln, and we won't tell the girls anything different. I think if you look too far ahead, then it's at your own detriment. You've got to look at what the task is in hand. But I think for us, for the girls, we just tell them that there's X amount of points we need to achieve to stay up in our minds, and we've targeted the games that we need to get those points from, and we'll be focusing all our attention to those over the coming weeks.
We know the pressure surrounding our position now, so what will the message be to the fans and to more importantly the players on Sunday?
Believe in what we're trying to achieve. You know, I did the same at Leafield, I did the same at Redditch. It's always hard at the start when you're given a new philosophy. The difference here is that I've always done it pre-season and had a few games at the start of the season to bed it in. The difference now is I'm halfway into the season and I'm trying to establish a new philosophy, but it's coming. You know, we're not getting blown away. We're not getting battered 7-0 against Doncaster or Blaymires. We're challenging these teams all the way. You know, West Brom here was 2-0, but it was 2 scrappy goals. So I've said to the girls, believe in the system. Same to the fans. We're trying to get the girls to play good, attractive football, and eventually it will yield the results. We just haven't got much time now, it's running out, and we need to make sure that in those games we've highlighted, we do get those 3 points.
We must stick together during this latter stage of the season. Is that another part of the message on Sunday?
Yeah, team chemistry. I mean, new group of players, they're still getting to know each other, but we've got to stick together and got to keep focused.
Could Lincoln be where our season starts in other terms?
If we have a good performance against Lincoln, if we got something out of the game, that can give you that little next step to push on. And then I think the next few games after then are games that we can definitely try and get maximum points in. And if we play how I know we can play, then we can cause Lincoln problems and we can try and get 3 points out of the game. But I'm not silly, I know how difficult the task is. But 100%, if the girls focus their mind and they can produce the things we see in training 2 nights a week in, week out, they can get the 3 points. But our focus is the next 3 or 4 games, we need to try and get some points in certain games that we've targeted.
Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome.